Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I kind of just want to get real. So in the past few videos I was letting myself kind of sabotage my own experience, and I was so nervous about what other people would think about me or what other people would feel about my videos. But the real honesty is you can't predict what someone else is going to think about you, and you don't know what someone else is thinking. You can try to imagine, but you're only imagining from your point of view. And I was so worried about pleasing everyone else that I kind of started losing track of myself. And I've been that way my entire life. I think a lot of people, they are grown up to kind of get validation from other people. As a kid, we go and we try to get our validation from our parents, from school, from teachers, from anyone who will listen, basically. And we don't accept ourselves. And I think that was a big problem that I had, and I had to get over it, which, I mean, it's life. It's something that everyone will go through, of just not self-acceptance. Like, you don't accept who you are and you try to change yourself to please other people, but you have to remember that not everyone is going to accept you, and that's okay, because you're not meant for everyone. You're meant for yourself. And if you don't accept yourself, how do you expect others to accept you? And if you do an action for the wrong reason, so a lot of people, I hear so many people say, oh, I hate my job, I hate my life, I hate this, but a job is a job and you have to do whatever it takes for money. But you're doing it for the wrong intention. You're doing it for the paycheck, which then creates all of this hatred for your job. And a lot of people, they resort to drugs, food, alcohol, or just certain ways to escape the reality because they don't like the life that they created for themselves. So instead of following their heart and listening to their passion, because we all have an eternal flame that will not go out, and we all have this little quiet whispering voice inside of us that is our intuition, our inner selves, that know best, because we know what's best for us, and we look outward for the answers because we think other people know us better than we know ourselves. But if we are looking for external validation, there's no internal validation. So then we create and do all of these things that just make us want others' approvals. But the first step is approving yourself and accepting yourself. My entire life, I didn't really like who I was. I didn't accept who I was, and I was ashamed for natural things. And I tried to hide the dark side of myself, but you can't have light without dark. And even when it's dark, the sun will always shine again, and the sun is right on top of me. And the sun is very refreshing, but inside we all have a yin yang, feminine and masculine. And a lot of the times I think what I tried to hide was my emotions and my feelings, and I tried to be more masculine. And even though I am more masculine than feminine, I kind of locked away the feminine, and I locked away my emotions, and I let it all build up, and just randomly it would explode. It was a ticking time bomb that was basically locked into this chest, and once it overfilled, it popped. And so what I'm doing with right now is just allowing myself to feel what I feel, allowing everything to be as it needs to be, and really allowing life to just flow. Because I would always focus on what I couldn't control, and you can only control yourself. And I always focused on how other people felt about me and how other people defined me, but no one defines who you are. That's your job. That is your job to figure out what you like, what you don't like, who you are. And a lot of the time in my past, I didn't know who I was, and I felt like I was just an empty shell because I didn't know who I was, and I had to go on this long self-discovery. And I mean, I'm only 19. I'm not going to have all of the answers, but throughout your life, every single day is more and more experience to really figure out who you are, what do you want to become, how are you going to make the best of life, because life is just full of endless opportunities and you can really be who you want, but the first step is to stop expecting others to give you validation when you don't validate yourself. And how you speak to yourself is a huge importance, because if you talk down on yourself and you basically self-sabotage yourself, then you're preventing yourself from growing and from reaching your fullest potential. But if you support yourself and you nurture yourself, then you're ultimately just going up and up and up, and you can't really go down. But something we really need to understand is that you can't have happiness without knowing what suffering is. And once you hit rock bottom, there's no going down from that. And a lot of the time, we build these foundations, and if they're not sturdy enough, the universe is going to send stuff that comes in and breaks it down, which we may feel sad about it because, of course, you cared about it. But letting that foundation break is a part of life, and then once it's broken, you have that experience and you can build a new foundation, and you can just have this sturdy foundation, and now you know that what was in the past wasn't sturdy enough and it needed to crumble, and you can restart not from scratch but from experience. And every single day we go through all of these lessons, and there's more and more experiences to help us learn and to create more wisdom for ourselves and to help other people. And really getting out there and just being ourselves and not letting other people hold us back is the real meaning of life. And when you do something because you love it and not because you want the rewards come naturally, and you just learn to love and enjoy and to give love out, and then that love will just come right back doubled. And when you work with what is truly aligned with yourself, then you get to create and follow these passions because you're in line with who you are and who you want to be. And every single day is another chance to change and to become who we want to be. And instead of letting our past define us and hold us back, we can acknowledge it, say yes, find the lessons, and grow from it. Instead of letting ourselves hold us back, we just need to continue to push and to find the motivation. And I already said that I didn't like myself in the past, but I didn't always look like this. I mean, physically, yes, this is who I was and on the outside, but I was also 244 pounds, and now I'm like 187, and I can confidently say my weight, and I'm not ashamed of it, because weight is honestly, when you step on a scale, it's just the numbers. What you actually look like and how you feel about yourself is the most important. And when I would look at myself, I didn't know who I was, didn't like it, and so I decided to change it. And one thing that we also must remind ourselves is, if it was easy, we would have done it already. And if you want it, you need to work for it. And motivation even if you don't want to, you have to think of, why do you want to better yourself? What do you not like about yourself, and how can you change it? Because we can change ourselves every single day, and we do change every single day. Obviously, there's not going to be a huge difference in 24 hours, but if you take that self-reflection, there can be a huge difference within 24 hours, because you are looking at everything that you've done in the past, and don't be regretful about it. You can say, yes, I've made mistakes, and maybe that wasn't the best thing to have done or said, but don't regret doing it, because now you know, and now you can continue to grow and to acknowledge it and say, okay, well, next time I just won't do that. And although you do need to accept yourself and not let other people affect you, you also have to be mindful of what you say and how you will affect other people, because another thing that I tried to pretend didn't exist was just feelings in general. I tried to kind of just ignore other people's feelings and pretend that they didn't have feelings, and pretend that sensitivity wasn't a thing, and that words don't affect people, which they do, because everything you say has an effect on someone else. And if you are spreading all of this hate and toxic energy, then that is affecting the other person, and you are putting this spell on them and making them just not be in the best place. But instead, you can spread love, and being mindful of what you say can really create a deeper bond. And I think we were all put into this world to learn ourselves and build connections, because materialistic things are replaceable and people aren't. And if you are so focused on materialistic things like money, clothing, food, I mean, yeah, of course you need food to eat, but you can't really focus on that, because there's always more. But people, no one is replaceable. Yes, there's always better out there, but we're all equal, and the bonds are something you can't get back, and you can't buy friendship. You can't buy something that isn't truly genuine, and giving love to other people is the most genuine thing that you can do. And really learning yourself is one of the most important lessons to life, because if you don't know yourself, you can't get to know other people. You can't let other people know you, because if you don't know yourself, how are you going to be intimate with others and create connections? Instead of kind of blocking out the rest of the world, invite it in and really open up your heart and open up your arms to letting everything that is beneficial flow to you, and everything that is not beneficial flow out, because the universe doesn't hate you. The universe loves you, and we're all connected to one, and we were separated for so long, but I think we just need to come back and realize that we can put our differences aside and just have love for each other. So I hope you guys took everything I said into account, and hopefully I can help. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and leave some suggestions on what you'd like me to talk about in the future. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.